We're here today to discuss the upcoming festival, the Jazz in the Garden Festival, the 12th annual Jazz in the Garden Festival. And I'm truly, before we even get started, just honored to be in your presence, sir. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to get down and speak.
Well, no, listen. I appreciate you being honored, but thank you. This is the thing. Jazz in the Gardens, 12 years ago, it started as a small concert in the parking lot for our residents. And part of the rationale, what's allowed us to grow it, is people like you spreading the word about what we're doing in Miami Gardens and at this festival. And they told somebody and it was good, and then they told somebody, and then they told somebody. And so ultimately we aggregated those good opinions and we built something that went from, a couple of hundred people, 1,500 people, to thousands of people coming from around the world.
Absolutely.
So this is Jazz in the Gardens, this is Miami Gardens.
With the economy, I feel like the concert series, Miami is the melting pot. Everybody wants to come to Miami to party and go. And in the spring, Jazz in the Gardens is what kicks that off.
It does. And so what we've done is like one of the fastest growing music festivals in the country. And what we've done is take really good, extraordinary world-class talent. This year, the Jill Scotts, the LL Cool J's, the Commons, the Roots, the Betty Wrights, the Marion Meadows, the Herbie Hancocks, the Morris Day at the Time. Look, the Andra.
The legends.
Yeah, no, if you want it, we got it. We've taken that and we put an atmosphere in the audience and ancillary events from the opening day party to a national poetry contest to the arts conference. We built around it such that we can intrigue you, whether it be if you're looking to answer a question with regard to you want to be entertained, we can do that. If you want good food, we can do that. If you want to learn and you want to be a part of the entertainment scene, we can do that. If you want to be a part of an expression and greater thought, we can do that. So what we're trying to do is appeal to everything that will make you leave your house and come to our city.
Evolution within the Jazz in the Garden Festival is important to you, making it bigger and making it better every year. And just like you stated, they have a poetry contest and we have the FMAC now. Why was that so important for you to add that element to this year's show?
How we express ourselves matter, not just in the words, but how you think.
Right.
And us encouraging that matters. So we ought to be encouraging kids not just to use words, but to use words thoughtfully and cleverly, to be able to move somebody from one point to another. So that was important when it came to the creation of the poetry contest, the national poetry contest. With regard to arts, look, the merge of art and technology and how that those fields actually are impacted and are impacting our culture. We are trendsetters.
Right.
We're doing it anyway.
Right.
We're the innovators. But it's time to use a coalescing force to bring that stuff together. Let's highlight it, have a conversation, and then let's do something else. Let's see how we can work together.
I agree.
We've been raised in this thing where it's either or. It's you or me. It can never be you and me. I tell people all the time, I never want to be the only black person in the room. I don't mind other people being here. I want other people because ultimately we can't be successful in a community if I'm the only black person in the room.
Absolutely.
We need to be fully and fairly represented. And working together is how we get that done. We shouldn't have to survive each other. We shouldn't have to survive.
I completely agree. And just thinking about that young kid who does go to the Jazz and Gardens Festival, everybody thinks when you hear that, you think of the big stars like you just named. But with you giving this platform to those unsigned, those artists that are here in our community, that little kid now goes, I can be them. And now those people in that community can now say, I've been on a bigger stage with LL Cool J. I've been on a stage with Jill Scott, just based off of a festival of this nature.
Last year, Ronnie, VLP,
big fan.
It's incredible.
Big fan.
When I tell people Ronnie's gonna be a star, Ronnie's gonna be a star, y'all.
Absolutely.
He is as talented as anyone. His spirit is as good as anyone. His work ethic, it's there. He's going to be a star. He needs the opportunities. I was happy that we've given him the opportunity.
So you guys are stimulating growth in so many arenas and so many places, and I don't feel like you get enough credit for that because you hear a lot of stories in the communities, but I feel like the positive stories we try to hide, and that's why it's important for us to shine a light on. It's just more of a festival. It is an experience. It is growth for our community. It is bringing our people together. Never hear of anything bad happening because it's such a well thought out and put together show.
Yeah, you don't hear about it, but what happens is we tend to focus on negative things often when people talk, and so I look past all that because I get to walk in the store, on the street, and restaurants to interact with our residents, and I get to hear them say in a very personal way, thank you. So people who are thanking me for things that I've done, people are thanking us for Jazz in the Gardens, and just for having an event like this and bringing this type of talent and experience to the city, their hometown, and giving the city an opportunity to have a consistent and demonstrated string of really positive news coverage.
Right.
So the earned news coverage that we get from Jazz in the Gardens, I tell people all the time, it's not something we could really pay for.
And you know, some of the concert goers do have an expectation when they're going to this show. How do you handle maybe some constructive criticism and negative feedback and then take that into next year's show?
We take it into the next day's show. Look, we receive, well, because one of the things is I'm fairly connected to the community. So
absolutely.
Whether it's one of you on my Facebook page, one of the two Facebook pages with 13,000 people, or Instagram, you're gonna post a picture and say this isn't right, or you know, or the emails.
Rarely misses anything.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right now.
We you know, when there's people who say that the people are coming from the back and they're standing in front of them, we fix it the next day. When they say people aren't coming to clean the toilets, we fix that the next day. If the sound isn't working in this area and we demonstrate it, it should be. We stay out there that Saturday night and get it fixed, and then going into the next year, we take all of the stuff that you said and try to incorporate it into the systemic plan that allows us to have a good event.
What is your ultimate goal when Jazz in the Gardens ends? Like when you finally get that midnight hour strikes and it's over, what is your expectations at the end of that?
To pray that Tiffany didn't schedule anything for Monday morning. That's my enduring prayer.
I can understand.
Do not have scheduled something for Monday morning. Because I'm going to have, I walk between 20 and 30,000 steps at Jazz in the Gardens. So I have a seat, but I'm not stationary. I'm constantly between every section, talking to people, interacting with people, backstage greeting the people, on stage, trying to make sure everything's going well. And so I have blisters on my feet at the end of Jazz in the Gardens. So it's not I'm not necessarily in the best physical condition after Jazz in the Gardens. But ultimately, if you ask me whether I had a good Jazz in the Gardens, did I enjoy myself, the question I'm going to ask is, did you? And if you did, it's all good.
Then it's great.
It's all good, yeah. This is, you know, I want everyone to enjoy themselves. So if it's practically possible for us to make that happen, we want to try to make that happen.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor. Before I go, I have to ask at least one personal question.
Sure.
You know, I'm a mentor, and I also mentor with, you know, NBA great Keon Dooling. He's also, you know, a city from our home here in South Florida. And one of the main things he asks is, what's driving you? And that's a question I ask myself every morning. What's driving me? What is driving Mayor Gilbert to keep going for the city of Miami Gardens?
Because people keep telling me what I can't do. There's like a million experts in the impossible. I love them telling me I can't do it. They told me, you know, you're not going to make the dean's list in law school. Okay. You know, partner in a law firm, you're not going to do it. Mayor of the city, it's a lot of people running. You're not going to win. Oh, you want to have a $60 million bond to build out your parks. You want to put STEM on parks and recording studios. No. Who's going to do that? The voters will never do it. Now they're saying, oh, you won't get it done. Look, I mean, it's okay. Keep talking. Just keep talking. Keep telling me what you can't do, because from my perspective, I wasn't put here to let you speak a limitation on my life or the city. So I think that we actually were meant to be the head and not the tail. And I think that it's great to have faith, but I forget the exact chapter, but faith without works is dead.
Yes, sir.
God gave us the ability to work.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to keep my faith, and I'm going to work. I'm going to outwork everybody. Keep telling me what we can't do, and I'll keep doing it.